Dwayne here, PhoenixTypewriter.com. Got this mid-1950s Smith Corona Silent here, and we just got done spending maybe 4 or 5 hours bringing this thing back to life. It is working smooth again. So just want to highlight what we do, or what I do when I recondition these. I tear it apart, tear everything off it, covers, flatten, paper pan beneath here, guides, whatever I can take off here, and get it down to the bare bones and start fixing whatever I find wrong. A lot of times these links are off. There was on this one, a couple bent, a couple tight bars were not only sticking in the segment, of course that all gets flushed through completely, cleaned up, but some of them, are binding right here in the guide up here. So you got to check every single bar, make sure everything is lined up perfectly, because you want it to be perfect. Make sure the lift is working perfect all the way up, no binds, everything is straight. Make sure the ribbon drive is working, make sure the ribbon reverse is working, make sure every sticky part is unstuck. Also wash this keyboard thoroughly, take all the trim off, scrub this down, do a light chemical clean everywhere. Especially make sure those sticky parts are attended to. Down here in the escapement, make sure everything is in order. Down here, flush everything out. Check these pads, make sure they're right. If not, replace them. Shift stops here, make sure that's in alignment. Make sure these pads are still good. If not, replace them. Flush the mainspring here. Put some fresh oil in there so it moves nice and smooth again. The oil in there is only 50 years old. Probably due for an oil change. This one in particular, not always in particular, but got new case mounts. All these are replaced. Even the ones back here, in the back here, are new. New rubber stops on the spacebar too. So it's feeling good, nice and silent. That's what it says. It says it's a silent. So this is a standard reconditioning, if you want to go that far and call it reconditioning. So even rebuild the platen collars, the variable over here gets rebuilt. Even make sure that bell is working properly. Flush that out, maybe even strengthen the spring on it, and do some more detail work. It's a lot of detail work. Scrub the case down, treat it, take the carrying case and rework the carrying case too. Make sure all these tabs are, make sure you rework everything back here in the margins and tabs. Make sure all these sliders are working, flush everything out. Flush it all out, relube it, redo the tab rack down here. Take all these stops off and wire brush it down. Make sure everything's in order, including the paper stand here. Make sure these are straight and functioning properly. Make sure all the gunk is down out of here, way down in there. Because that's where it builds up. It's right down inside of here. And it is. This thing is spotless. It's hard to see down there. That's why it's so hard to clean. Spotless down there. Just like starting over again. Just like it was in 1955. Ready for 50 more years of abuse. Because people abuse these. They don't get them serviced. They let them sit and get sticky. Alright. So this is a nice typewriter now. Let's type on it. Paper here. Oops. He's really type good too. Especially when all these pivots are flushed out and everything is just working like it should. They say these have a heavy touch, but when you flush them all out, it's a little better. I got to tell you, you've got to flush all these segments, all the pivot points, including this rack right here. This gets sticky. These pivots move and everything is free. All the pivot points have been reworked. And that's how you make one of these work so good. it's the time. Alright, Phoenix Typewriter, good day.